Hi everyone, it's me Darlene. I am back with another crochet tutorial. Today we're going to be doing a Tunisian stitch that I made up. You may see something similar, I don't know. I just played with this and I came up with this stitch and I'm going to call it the Tunisian cluster, for lack of a better name. This is pretty basic. We're going to have some rows of just regular Tunisian stitch, the basic Tunisian stitch, and then we're going to do rows of clusters. You can decide how many rows of regular stitch you have between your cluster rows. I only did one row. It looks like two, but it's one. But you can, put them further apart if you want. And let's just get going. I will show you how to make this. You can chain as many stitches as you want. For the sake of this video, I'm only going to chain 6. If you need some basic videos on this, I have some links down below. For a small block, you can use a regular crochet hook. This, I believe, was 12 stitches, and that's about as much as I would want to put on a small hook. You can get a long crochet hook, which is for Tunisian crochet or Afghan stitch crochet. With a hook this long, you could make a very big block or, even a tote bag. But if you want to do the full width of an Afghan, they have some even longer ones. It's a hook with a coil that's very, very long, and you can use as many stitches as you want and do one big project. I will have some links down below for that. So I'm just going to chain 6. It can be any number you want. It doesn't have to be odd, even, or a multiple of 3, any number that you want. And for the first row, normally for Tunisian crochet, we just go under this strand, pull through, go under the next strand, pull through, under the next strand, pull through. But I like it better if we go in the back. Remember I showed you that once before, so instead of going here, I'm going to turn this, and I'm going to go under these bumps. So right here, pull through. Right there, pull through. Right there, pull through. There. And that little last one is right there. It just makes a nicer edge. Now, I did not do that on this one, just so we can compare. I did this one like the way I showed you first. So when you chain 6, your first loop is going to count as your stitch. So we only had to pull up 5 more loops, but there should be 6 on the hook, and there are. We're going to do our regular return. You yarn over, pull through just 1. Yarn over, pull through 2. 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 And if you need a video for the basic Tunisian stitch, I do have that also. Now we're going to start our cluster row. The cluster row is going to start and end a little bit differently, but each cluster row is going to be exactly the same. So every time you want to throw in a cluster row, this is what you're going to do. You're going to start by chaining 1. The reason I do that is because the cluster row is a little bit taller. Now here's the stitch. Yarn over. We're going under our vertical bar. See all those nice little vertical bars? Go under the vertical bar. Yarn over, pull through, leave everything there, yarn over again, go under the bar again. It can be a little bit harder. I find that you can sometimes just hold it with your thumb a little bit, and then go through, yarn over, pull through, and now we're going to go through all 4 loops. Now, for the very first stitch of a row, it's a little bit harder to see what you're going through. The other stitches are really easy, and you'll see that in a second. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We're just going to go through all of those, and that's it. Now let's do the stitch again. We're going to be going under this vertical bar. Yarn over, under the bar, pull through, yarn over, under the same bar, pull through. Now notice how there's a big space now this time. So you don't have to, worry. Am I going through 4 loops? You're going to yarn over and you're just going to pull through this little cluster. That's how I got the name. Next, yarn over, under the bar, pull through. Yarn over, under the same bar, pull through. Yarn over and go through the cluster. And you just leave these right there on the hook. Yarn over, under the bar, pull through. Yarn over, under the same bar, pull through. Yarn over and go through the cluster. Now we're coming to the very last bar. You can see it right there. It's still this nice little vertical bar. If we put a cluster there, like I was doing in my practice piece, this is what ends up happening. Where is it? We end up with this edge that has a big cluster sticking out. I didn't like that, so I figured out a way to make that nice and even. See how much better that is? Bumpy, not bumpy. So this is what you're going to do for the last stitch of a cluster row. You're going to yarn over, you're going to go under the vertical bar, pull through, but now we're just going to yarn over and pull through 2. And that's it. It's like a double crochet, a Tunisian double crochet. And now we're going to do the return pass like we normally do. Yarn over, pull through 1. Yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, pull through 2. Through 2. Through 2. And through 2. So we did 1 basic row, we did 1 cluster row. Now we're going to do a basic row again, a regular Tunisian crochet row. We do not chain. We're only going to do a chain 1 when we're doing a cluster row. So now we're just going under the vertical bar, pull through. Under the vertical bar, pull through. All the way across, under the vertical bar, pull through. Vertical bar, pull through, and our last vertical bar, pull through. Our return is always the same for all the rows, the regular rows and the cluster rows. You yarn over, pull through 1. It's always pull through 1 for the very first time, and then through 2 for every other stitch, till you get to the end. Now it's time to do another cluster row. So for the cluster row, it's always the same. You start by chaining 1. Now we're going to make the first cluster. Yarn over, under the bar, pull through. Yarn over, under the same bar, pull through. Yarn over and go through the cluster. And it's just those first 4. Next cluster, yarn over, under the next vertical bar, pull through. Yarn over, under the same vertical bar, pull through. Yarn over, go through the cluster. Next, yarn over, vertical bar, pull through. Yarn over, same vertical bar, pull through. Yarn over, go through the cluster. Now you can see we have 2 more left. We're going to do a cluster in this one, but we won't in that last one. Yarn over, under the bar, pull through. Yarn over, under the same bar, pull through. Yarn over, go through the cluster. Now for our very last stitch, we're going to just do a Tunisian double crochet. Yarn over, under the vertical bar, pull through, and then just yarn over and pull through 2. So that's the completed cluster row. Now for the return, it's just like always. Yarn over, go through just 1. And then for the rest, you yarn over, go through 2, through 2, through 2, through 2, through 2. And then to cast off, I like to cast off right after I finish a cluster row. You go under the vertical bar, pull through, and then yarn over, pull through 2. It's like you're doing a single crochet under the vertical bar. Under the vertical bar, pull through, single crochet. Single crochet right here, under, pull through, under, pull through, and your last one too. Go in, pull through. Now you can see how the bottom and the side and the top all look like they already have an edge. And you can see how this one doesn't have the same finish. Let me get this out. This is like when you just do regular crochet and you just stick your hook into the back loop of the foundation, but we turned it over and we worked those bumps instead. So we have 1, 2, 3 sides that look pretty much alike. If you want, because this side does not look alike, you can chain 1 just to make a nice corner and do a slip stitch all the way down. You can go right here in this, this space with a hole, a slip stitch. You just yarn over, pull through the both right away. And then do one here in that stitch. Everywhere you see like a yarn, that's where you want to do a slip stitch. Go in here, pull through 2, go in this hole, pull through 2, go in this hole, pull through 2, here, pull through 2, in this hole, pull through 2, and if you want to connect it, you can just go right there into that bottom one. And then what that does is gives you a block that looks completely finished. You would not have to put another edge around that. Pretty cool. All right, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Give it a try. Just do a little tiny piece like this and see if you like it. I really like it. I think it's pretty, and it's really nice for a bigger block. Please subscribe so you don't miss any future tutorials for all the things that I do. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!